Right now it's 6. Heavy snow and strong winds are making road travel rough. And a water main break at Ward Avenue and 31st causing some street closures. We'll have more on where drivers should avoid.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. It's an alert day today, so let's send it right over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for the latest on our weather forecast.
Yeah, we certainly got the band of snow that's coming through here, but that's just one piece that's going to be going through this weekend. We still got periods of snow all the way through Sunday. Blowing and drifting will be a problem at times, all areas, but the most snowfall still is probably going to be south of 990 because they're going to have several rounds down there through early Sunday. Further north you go, less likely past this evening. Everyone's getting something this evening right now. Overall, if you look at we still got the winter weather advisories. That's for this evening's activity. It'll come through pretty much right now for the next couple hours, advisory level. Now, if you look at road conditions, pretty much slushy, snow covered, especially side roads, less traveled roads. As you go more interstates, probably not as bad, but still overall, here's the visibility right now. There are cameras that we're looking at I-94, US 58, Ridgeways over to the left there. You can see visibility has improved. The main band has shifted north, so visibility has come up. I know La Crosse is over 1.5 miles now. We were down to a quarter for several hours. Even Eau Claire is starting to come up too. So further west you go, it's going to turn more into light snow, and it's going to kind of fluctuate with some visibility right now. Overall, if you look at really most of the snowfall, if you get into this pink area, you're probably pushing 2 inches in the last 3 hours. Maybe some areas that are a lot of them probably are getting 2 to 3 inches further west you go. That's what we're seeing so far. We'll see a little bit more continuing. And then we look at overall, as I mentioned, it's going to start breaking up more and more throughout the evening. Light snow may continue off and on all the way through 10 p.m. for a lot of areas, but it's just going to be hit and miss more once we get later in the evening. Amounts for right now and going on, maybe additional 1, possibly 2 is further north you go. Next, coming up later in the forecast, we're going to break down the cold temperatures coming next week and any blowing and drifting snow that we might have throughout the weekend. That all coming up a bit later.
All right, thank you, Greg. A crash in Eau Claire is causing lane closures on I-94. At least 2 vehicles were involved in a collision near the intersection of I-94 and Highway 37. This video was taken around 5:15. At the time, fire and police crews were on the scene. The left lane is closed at this time. Alternate side parking rules are in effect. They just went into effect at 6 and end on 6 p.m. Sunday. So that means you have to move your vehicle to the even side of the street on even days, the odd numbered side on odd numbered days. And you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn Weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play. And we have News 8 Now's Grace Monk, who is live in La Crosse, sharing us with what the road conditions are. Grace, what's it looking like out there?
Emily, right now we are driving down Highway 16 back towards La Crosse, and I'll go ahead and show you what the roads are looking like right now. Snowfall started around 3, so a decent amount has accumulated. We did see some plows out here, but not much has changed. I think the snow is just kind of coming down too fast right now. Temperatures are in the 20s, so roads are pretty slick. You'll want to take turns slow and give some following distance. The heaviest band of snow has moved east of La Crosse, but visibility could still be an issue tonight. AAA's Public Affairs Director says drivers need to take caution this weekend.
The slower you're going, the better off, the less likely it's going to be an injury-causing or fatal crash. It's also going to help you, avoid the need for hard braking, which is really, where you run into those skid and slide situations.
As temperatures drop tonight, you'll want to look out for blowing snow on the roads. And if you have plans tonight, you can still go out. You'll just want to plan ahead by checking 511 and also our First Warn Weather app. Emily, back to you.
All right, stay safe out there. Thank you, Grace. A suspected bomb at Greenwood Elementary School turned out to be a toy. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says a school staffer thought a student possibly brought a bomb in a backpack yesterday. The school was put down on was put on lockdown and a canine unit swept the school. That's when the toy was discovered. La Crosse School Board candidate Sam Morris is dropping out of the election. The reason, hateful and homophobic social media comments directed at him and his family. Morris, a 20-year Army veteran, said, quote, "I kindly request to all of those who voice their support of me to seek out other candidates that you feel will move our school board forward." We're watching a developing story on the city's south side, a water main break under the road causing some street closures. The break happening at Ward Avenue and 31st Street. The break is fixed, but drivers should avoid 31st Street south to Ward Avenue to Brookshire Place. Well, flu cases keep ticking up in Wisconsin. DHS here says that for the week ending February 1st, flu activity is very high and increasing. Nearly 8,000 flu tests were positive for the week of January 26th to February 1st. And hospitalizations were at the highest weekly total in 7 years. A Winona clinic now has 24/7 Narcan distribution box. It's thanks to the Hiawatha Valley Mental Health Center. The box is at 420 East Sarnia Street and works like a newspaper dispenser. Narcan is a medication that can reverse an opioid overdose.
It is for the community, everyone. We feel very strongly that all people should be a first responder. You never know when you may come in contact with an opioid incident.
The medication can be administered by a nasal spray or injection. High schoolers from throughout the state are hitting the slopes at Mount La Crosse this weekend. Skier and snowboarders spent today on the hills preparing for tomorrow's tournament, the 50th Wisconsin State High School Ski and Snowboard Championship. Over 100 snowboarders and 300 skiers will participate in the championship.
Mount La Crosse works very hard on welcoming all of our competitors throughout Wisconsin. And we go the extra mile to make it like a mini World Cup so that these competitors throughout the state can just feel good about the competition.
The competition runs tomorrow through Monday. Crucifixion School in La Crescent is sending its Lego robotics team to state this weekend. The school had 2 teams, both making it to sectionals and one of the teams making it to state. There were 469 robotics teams, and this group made it to the final 60. Teams compete by building and programming Lego robots to perform different tasks.
What I tell them is that we are not in for the win. That's my last concern. We're in it for the challenge. So problem solving, working on the robot, trying to figure out how to make a robot work, try new things. Don't be afraid to get wild with it and see if it works.
The team of 8 students will compete at Burnsville High School starting tomorrow morning. A quartet is helping others celebrate Valentine's Day while also supporting a good cause. For $30, the a cappella group offers a greeting card, box of candy, commemorative photo, and of course, a song.
Yes, 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 that's my baby now. 6'2", eyes of blue, but oh, what those 6 feet can do. Has anybody seen my guy, my guy?
The group have been performing Singing Valentines for 22 years and have donated their proceeds to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Coming up, hundreds of Education Department employees are on leave as Trump says he wants the entire department closed down. We'll have more on the impacted workers after the break. Plus, we'll have another look at tonight's predicted snow and what to expect before hitting the roads.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Blaine's Bucks event. Now through February 26th, rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store. Redeemable just like cash March 6th through the 19th. Start earning on long-lasting tires. Buy 3, get 1 free. Save up to $100 in consumer rebates. Plus, if you find tires we carry somewhere else for less, we'll match the price and give you an extra $5 instant savings per tire. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was worried when I found out Duke had to get knee surgery, but the process was easier than we thought.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get over $2,700 purchase cash on 2025 Sierra 1500 models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
The fact that Brad Schimmel supports the 1849 law terrifies me. When I was pregnant, I had complications, but because of the ban, doctors couldn't help me. Brad Schimmel has no idea what it's like to lay in a hospital bed, pregnant and dying. The 1849 law that Brad Schimmel supports almost killed me. Brad Schimmel is too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Hundreds of Education Department employees are on leave, unsure of their future with the agency, as Trump continues to say he wants the entire department closed down. Jess Arnold talked to two impacted workers.
2 weeks ago, Department of Education Management and Program Analyst Denise Joseph ended her day with a letter like this, placing her on immediate administrative leave because of the president's DEIA executive order.
So not only was I confused, but it was jarring. And it was like trauma. Like, how can someone do this?
Quickly, she learned that she's one of about 200 in the same boat, including education program specialist Kissy Chapman-Thaw.
I'm looking at what's not getting done. When I look at my grantees, my job is to help them stay within regulations for what they've accepted taxpayer dollars to do.
I was responsible for employee engagement for our whole unit, our 155 staff members. So I was going to help with activities with the return to work that we were ordered to do.
Both Joseph and Chapman-Thaw began their combined decades-long education careers as teachers and have devoted their lives to service.
And it feels like a broken promise. It is a broken promise. We take an oath. I don't know if people realize it. We take an oath to the country to serve.
I'm just an educator. It's just a joy to do. And I'm hoping that we get back to doing what we do to continue to help America as we normally did every single day.
Now, many people who were on the job less than a year, considered probationary, were outright fired. More news ahead, but first.
Yeah, this weekend we have more rounds of snow potentially coming for some areas. Some areas may not see a lot. We have some wind, but then next week, it's really the temperatures that will be the story throughout the whole week. We'll break down how much snow we'll get, when we'll have it, and how low those temperatures will go next week. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. And right now, get 4 free smartphones and 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch.
It's better over here.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
Get $3,000 total cash allowance on this 2025 Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $5,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Doorbusters. Buy this gorgeous sectional and you'll get the Ottoman free. Saturday through Monday only. The President's Weekend Doorbuster deals at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list. Get a free recliner with this reclining sofa. This stylish sofa, just $345. A Sealy mattress for just $299. Deals this hot are while they last only. The President's Doorbuster deals start Saturday only at Slumberland Furniture. Doorbusters.
This street's like any other in Wisconsin, but the new neighbor is a pedophile who repeatedly raped a little girl, released after just 2 years in prison. Thanks to Judge Susan Crawford's sweetheart sentence, a fraction of the 60 years he faced. Now, the pedophile lives blocks from a school. And with Susan Crawford on the bench, your street could be next.
Yeah, we have alert day conditions continue through Sunday. Now, not all areas will see the snowfall past tonight, even some wind blowing, drifting, but roads could be still treacherous all the way through Sunday as the wind becomes more of a factor. So total snow accumulations could get up to 8 inches in some area for the whole entire event. Other areas will probably be closer to 4. Pretty much what everyone will see quite a bit going on. So really, if you break it down, we still got some pockets of heavy snowfall probably until about 9 p.m. Most areas will probably not see that, but there's still a little bit of areas out there. Still some blowing and drifting. The wind is picking up and gusty, so higher elevations, maybe northeast Iowa is definitely one area where you could see some blowing and drifting, although the snow is on the wetter side than what we had for Wednesday. And after 9 p.m. to about 4 a.m., there's going to be some areas of light snow, but a lot of areas will probably just see flurries or nothing at all overnight as the next band comes up. That next band that comes up in the morning is really going to be focused probably I-90 further south. We still have another opportunity, real brief opportunity late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, but that'll come with wind. Probably blowing and drifting will be a problem late Saturday night and continue on Sunday too. Sunday you could see a lot more of that blowing and drifting, so that could create more road issues even though the snow won't be falling on Sunday. Overall, the visibility has started to come up. A lot of areas now are 2 or 3 miles. You can notice all the way to Austin, Preston. They're now above 10 miles, not seeing too much in the way of light snow anymore. So that'll be the trend over the next couple hours to see that begin to lift north, and we'll just have some pockets of light snow after 9 p.m. So overall, that'll help road conditions a lot too going throughout the night. Here's this band by 8:10. It's already past I-94, and as we go throughout the evening, you'll just see some areas of light snow developing, maybe some snow showers occasionally or flurries, but it should remain fairly quiet, and then keep an eye on just near the Wisconsin River as we get closer to the morning hour, because that's where we're going to start seeing a band develop with this next system that's coming up. That'll spread snow maybe as far north as I-90 tomorrow. It may even go further all the way up to Black River Falls. That'll be the band that'll sit there overall. But for tonight, really through 10 p.m., not a lot more. Most of that now has pushed east of the area, so maybe Sparta could get 2 inches. La Crosse is really probably right on the 1 inch or less. Not much if you go west of the Mississippi pretty much overall throughout the nighttime. And then as we go through tomorrow, all the way to 5 a.m., not a lot of snowfall overnight, especially very light, maybe a ½ inch or less, although down towards Prairie du Chien, they could start getting a little bit more towards the morning hour with snow accumulation, so fairly light going on. You can start seeing maybe 1 inch by the time we get to 5 a.m. for Prairie du Chien with that next band coming up. Wind-wise, they have picked up, but not too strong yet. We're looking at 15, potentially down to 20 Decorah. Down in northeast Iowa is probably the more favorable areas, and then some of the ridge lines too that could see some gusty winds. So the blowing and drifting could be a little bit of a problem. I think more drifting than actually blowing. And then as we go throughout 10 p.m., we'll start seeing the winds kind of die off a little bit. We're not expecting much wind in the way of Saturday though too. Now Saturday, there's your band, and it continues to set up. There might be an area that gets moderate snowfall for a few hours in the morning time, depending on where it has. You see it stretches all the way up potentially to Black River Falls. We'll see if that happens. Towards the afternoon, it begins to break up a little bit. And I think for Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, evening, fairly quiet. Once again, not in the way much of snowfall. Pretty quiet. Temperatures overall pretty nice. The next batch that we have going on, we're kind of monitoring on Saturday. Here's the snow for Saturday, and it really depends on where that band sets up, but we could see a general nice 1 to 2 for a lot of areas, and maybe some heavier areas that could get in the 2 to 4 range pretty much as further south you go overall. So that's what we're looking for Saturday. Sunday, a little bit of snow coming through, but the wind will be the factor behind this little push of snow right away in the morning, and that could lead to more blowing and drifting. Not much in the way of snow with that one, maybe additional inch, potentially more as we go on. Overall, there's your 8-day forecast, and that's the next thing is the temperatures next week. 15 and below here for La Crosse. Other areas easily in the 20 below range. That doesn't factor in the wind chills. That could be a problem Monday or Tuesday, and it kind of flipped ahead there to another screen there. Yeah. Well, we already know that, but yeah, that's what we're looking at, the 8-day forecast. So next week, it's going to be frigid.
It's going to be cold.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up in sports, Chris Middleton pens a letter to the Bucks and City of Milwaukee. Plus, the Badgers are getting ready for a battle with number 7 Purdue tomorrow. Hear from Greg Gard. Jacob is up next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
President's Day is a time to honor all presidents, past and present. And at King Furniture, we're giving you the opportunity to save some presidents with huge discounts throughout the entire store, up to 60% off.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
And right now, you can get 0% financing.
So save some presidents at King.
For the record, Franklin was not a president, but you can save him too. It's the President's Day sale going on right now at King Furniture.
Nice people.
Nice furniture.
Nice style.
You know what's on my mind? It's butt cold out here and I don't have any heat at home.
Well, gotta have heat, Einstein.
Up yours, smarty. I just don't know who to call.
Jacob said Chuck used the local company. The Primary Colors, the good one?
What?
What?
Huh?
Well, there's your sign.
Jeez Louise.
Moron.
Hey, putz.
Call GMC.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lansendorf.
Well, tomorrow at noon, Wisconsin will face one of their toughest tests of the season as they're taking on number 7 Purdue from West Lafayette. The last meeting between these schools was in the Big Ten tournament semis a year ago when the Badgers squeaked out a 1-point overtime win. Wisconsin has really struggled, though, at Mackey Arena with a 19-74 record when they're the away side. It's a chance for Wisconsin to knock off a team above them in the Big Ten standings for the first time this season, but it won't come easy in a hostile environment against a really good team.
Yeah, just the same approach we've had. You know, I don't think we don't make a big deal about being at home or make a big deal about going on the road. Preparation stays the same. We know, it's a great college basketball environment, but it's a great college basketball environment because the team is typically very good. So that makes the environment. You never see a good environment with a bad team. It doesn't work that way.
Badgers defense that made an appearance versus Iowa last Saturday will need to show up once again, as they've got 3 players, the Boilermakers do, averaging 13 points per game or more. Tip is tomorrow at noon right here on CBS. Well, today, former Bucks wing Chris Middleton releasing a message to Bucks fans, the city, and the organization after he was traded. A couple of notes from the message include, quote, "Together we experienced the rebuilding years, the emergence of a championship contender, and ultimately the unforgettable journey to the 2021 NBA championship." He also goes on to say at the end, quote, "This isn't goodbye, it's thank you." Middleton spent 12 years in Milwaukee. He's expected to make his debut for the Wizards soon after the All-Star break, which interestingly enough, their first game out of the break, February 21st against the Bucks. And now it is time to announce the winner for the latest News 8 play of the week. And this kid is used to being in the top spot. The leading goal scorer in the entire state for boys hockey, Calvin Lakowski of Black River Falls, is your winner. He finished with 2 goals and a win against the Avalanche last Thursday. Lakowski will look to help carry the Tigers through the D2 sectionals beginning next Thursday against Baldwin Woodville. So congrats to him.
Congrats.
Also, we had a parade today in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
A lot of fans, a lot of craziness there. Have you ever had a chance to experience the championship parade?
I have. In 2017, when the Astros won the World Series, the mayor declared it a city holiday. So a lot of work. Jobs released us early and we got to go, and people were sitting on cars, and it was kind of madness, but it was such a special moment. So yeah.
Hopefully we get more back here in this state.
That
soon,
would be nice,
so you can
right?
experience another one as
oh
well.
yeah,
too,
for sure.
Also, we've got the Friday Night Frenzy abbreviated version later tonight at 10, so make sure you check back with us for that.
All right, sounds good. Greg has another look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Get breaking news or other quick links. Follow us on X at News 8 News.
After more than 30 years in banking, I have seen a lot of changes in the housing market and in home lending. The one thing that has not changed is my dedication to get to know you and your individual mortgage needs. There are many home loan programs out there today. We can sit down or talk over the phone to figure out what home loan program is best for you. Come see me and let's talk.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Freedom is the ability to choose the path that makes you happy. Start down your path today in a Jeep.
Save over 10% off MSRP plus discounts on a 2024 Jeep Wrangler during the President's Day sales event. Redesigned exterior elements and updated features offer a refreshed take on the original icon of adventure, Jeep Wrangler. Stop in today. This offer ends February 28th.
My last name is Pischke, and that's where you can find your Jeep. Pischke Motors West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
All right, tonight we still got a little bit of a pockets of some heavy snow until about 9 p.m. It won't be too much. After 9, it's a lot of quiet. I think most areas may not see any amounts of snow beyond that, but still some light snow. And then if you're further south of I-90, something to keep in mind of Saturday morning, the next round hits there. More rounds potentially Sunday. Next week, it's the cold temperatures running the story.
All right, be careful out there tonight. And happy Valentine's Day from all of us. Thank you for joining us at 6. We'll see you at 10.